Okay, so I want to read about the North Node being in Pisces because this came on my Patterns app today. Now, the Patterns app, if you don't have it and you're on like a spiritual journey, this was life-changing for me. My friend Audrey told me about it a few years ago, and it's been one of my favorite apps since then. I check it every day. But this is for humanity, so I figured I could read it because it's super useful information a lot of the time, in my opinion. So I'm going to share this with y'all, what it says about the North Node moving in Pisces last month. One of the first major transits of 2025 is taking place on January 11th. The lunar nodes are shifting, and they're kind of like a universal clock. They represent the destiny of all humanity, reminding us that time is going by, and they want us to move with it. So this is, the North Node is in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. I can't see the top, but I'm going to read it, okay? One of the first major transits of 2025 is taking place on January 11th. The North Nodes are shifting. The North Node is moving into Pisces, and the South Node is moving to Virgo. The North and South Nodes are also known as the lunar nodes, or the nodes of destiny. They spend 18 months in each sign, and they're kind of like a universal clock. They represent the destiny of all humanity, and they kind of remind us that time is going by, and they want us to move with it. The nodes impact us all. It's a collective growth, but they also are going to impact you personally. Okay. The South Node kind of represents our past, so it shows us kind of where we're comfortable or innate talents, default patterns. They can also represent comfort zones and what's holding us back from growth. Okay, so you want to take like the South Node and use those, especially if these are your South Nodes or North Nodes. You want to use them to benefit you, but you also have to embrace that North Node. Like me, for instance, I am a Capricorn North Node and a Cancer South Node, so I have to use my motherly intuitive abilities and all those things I've learned from past lives in my younger life, and those motherly instincts, and then I'm gonna have to go be a little like a boss biatch. But I need to use my intuition and those caring traits, those intuitive abilities for my career, because do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, okay. The South Node kind of represents, but now the North Node, that's pointing to our future path, and it can often feel uncomfortable to move in that direction and challenging because it represents unfamiliar territories and qualities. We're meant to develop them to achieve our highest potential. So with the North Node moving into Pisces, the universe is speaking to you, and it's giving you an answer. When we feel the world is chaotic and full of fear, it's telling you that the deeper you connect to your truth, your intuition, the better you'll be able to navigate the next 18 months. And that's what we're going to talk about. The nodes are literally mathematical points in the sky. They're not planets. They're always in retrograde motion, so they move through the zodiac backwards. They spend 18 months in each sign. The direction of the North Node is pointing to where we are meant to go. The South Node is pointing to what we are meant to let go of. Theoretically, typically, I don't know, depending on the sign they're in and where it intersects in your chart personally. Personal planets and themes of where the South and North Node was when you were born speaks to your personal journey within the collective. The South Node kind of represents our past, not just from this lifetime, but many believe it'd be from accumulated karmic experiences from past lives. It shows where we are comfortable, our innate talents and default patterns. It speaks to the qualities that are beneficial for you, but they can also present comfort, represent comfort zones, and they may hold us back from growth. The North Node is towards our future path and what we're meant to develop in this lifetime. It often feels uncomfortable and challenging because it represents unfamiliar territory and qualities we must develop to achieve our highest potential. It says the collective chart indicates where society needs to grow and what we need to embrace for evolution. And the South Node shows where we might be collectively stuck in outdated patterns or relying too heavily on the familiar, potentially limiting approaches. These moments act as sort of a cosmic compass, guiding humanity towards its next stage of development while helping us understand which patterns we need to release. So during major nodal transitions, we often see significant shifts in cultural values, social movements, and collective priorities. And the deeper you connect with your truth, your intuition, the greater you'll be able to navigate the next 18 months. The North Nodes Moving into Pisces is the invitation to step off the carefully constructed path that's been built in our lives. I don't know if that says path, big for sure, because it's like blurred, it's like covered, but we've built in our lives and be open to the mysteries of the unknown. Pisces is the most spiritual sign in the zodiac, so the intention here is adding spirituality to humanity. This movement towards being in the heart, being in your vulnerability, and healing the collective pain. Pisces energy is the Buddha, the yin, Mother Mary archetype. Pisces wants to merge, to connect with something divine and ecstatic and greater than oneself. This placement suggests that our collective evolution requires us to develop our intuitive abilities and embrace what we don't know and acknowledge the interconnectedness of all things. We are going through it together. It's a shift from the concrete to the abstract, from the practical to the mystical, from criticism to compassion. This nodal configuration suggests that humanity's growth lies in learning to balance earthly practicality and spiritual wisdom. As the South Node enters Virgo, we're being asked to examine our attachment to perfectionism and believing that mental analysis and that kind of work is going to produce the answers. This attention to detail in the mind has served us well, but now we're being called to let things get a little more messy and to trust in something deeper and inherent wisdom rather than constantly intervening with our human needs for order. The tension between these nodes create kind of a powerful process because we learn to hold both the sacred and mundane to find spirituality in our daily routines while releasing our grip on needing to understand or control everything. I don't know if TikTok will. I probably should just load this here and I'll just do another part.